here's the thing, Greg. We're live now, and I don't give a shit. Here's the thing. So we're talking about this. How much is 200,000 wax? It's like 14 grand right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg. Okay, Greg. What happens if wax goes to $1?
Oh my God.
Telos went from 7 cents to fucking 50 cents today. Today.
What is something behind that?
They're EOS-IO side chains, right? So what happens there? And now they're doing like a media push, and they're doing like some things to kind of goose the books to make that happen. Not goose the books, but just like bring attention and money flow or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, like wax is kind of doing that, and wax honestly has way more economic activity. So like I see Telos going to $1 as like making my guess that wax would go to $1 as a certainty.
Right.
So, having what happens if somebody gets, say, 30,000 wax and they just don't sell it. They don't use it. Just keep it. Right.
So and like wax is up 8.9% today.
Yeah. It was up 28% this morning. And it came down a little bit. And again, so it's going to go plus and minus. Right. But that's, like I'm looking at it now. And nothing is certain. And so like anyone listening to this later or sideways or whatever the fuck, nothing is certain. But my certainty level, like as a percentage that wax is going to hit $1 is like above 90%. Right. And like, I was talking to M Blue about it a minute ago. He's like, and I asked him, like, what do you think the chances are that like, by the next cycle, wax is over $10? So like not this year, but 4 years from now, 4.5 years from now. And he said it's going to be way higher than that. I'm like, what? Shut up! Stop talking.
That's crazy.
And it's actually when you do the historical analysis of this stuff, I know that it's actually not crazy. But for me, it's fucking crazy. It's like, so you're telling me that like I do a song with them.
As somebody holding 883 wax, that's amazing.
Well, and this is the thing, right? That become 5 years from now, that's $8,000. Like. Wait, what? And like, you don't want to wait that long because like, earn some wax, doing some stuff.
Sure.
In the uplift. And like you want to, who knows? I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, this show's not about the price of wax, although everything kind of is about the price of wax.
There's a reason we're smiling.
There is.
But we can't tell you what the reason is.
Not yet. But soon, Sue. Soon.
Yeah. Sue had villager questions this morning.
Hold on, I gotta get this into. Let's get some
Lisa Chandler's. We gotta get into. Send it to Lisa Chandler's Telegram channel too.
Yeah,
because she was horrified by the idea of captive villagers.
She and really was. It was adorable.
It gets worse. So I thought after we do our initial thing in the world this morning, I would explain the history of the Gratitude Village and how it got populated. How it got depopulated and then repopulated, which we jokingly don't talk about, but we actually kind of do because it's pretty funny.
Hold on, I'm doing
sharing it out
stuff over here. Uplift World. Boink.
How do we only have one viewer right now?
Boink. That's what I'm saying. Like that's unacceptable.
Ginny, forced friends, not slaves. That's right. When it unrolls, it's so funny because Don and I were on the back porch laughing about, but we feed them really well, but we gave them all new clothes and jobs, so it's fine. Nice. I've gotten over my fear of what I have to do to animals and people in this game. I was absolutely horrified on how you use them to make things work. Wait till you see my automatic chicken cooker design. It's really inhumane, but
it's really inhumane.
There's also
on a scale of 1 to inhumane, it's
right. When you put more than there's a carrying capacity in a cube for the number of live cows, for instance. So if you dig a hole and you put cows in there and you start feeding them, when the cube gets too full, cows die.
A cube?
Well, 1 cubic meter in Minecraft will only hold so many entities.
You mean a square, but like they don't stand at each other, right? Like it's just like where they're
jammed in there. But when it gets over 32, they die, and so you put a collect right. So you just overcrowd the cows until they become meat, is how that works.
So that's how you make an automatic meat farm.
Yeah.
They're digital.
I know, but it's still.
But no, and Lisa, I was actually talking to Lisa Chandler, off air, and she drops some interesting, bombs, basically just these kinds of things or whatever in our chats, and she's doing it on purpose, right?
Yeah,
she knows that it's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, weird, but when she's in like the public channels, she doesn't act like it.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I thought she was legitimately horrified by.
Well, no, and like is
right,
but
and as I told her, that's the reason we want different people's ownership regions in the Uplift world to be local governance, because you can make a decision. We're not going to trap villagers and train them up and farm them, but
she had a great idea.
I'm not deciding that, and I'll tell you now that Chicken Ka, we're going to have villagers wandering around. So,
that's just a thing that's going to happen. So, oh fuck! I fucking lost it. Never mind.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I'm just trying this stuff out.
So, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sue, Ginny. Good morning, Crypto Chris, Renson, and Katie Ellie Mazzarello. Hello, Katie. That's
pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, do you guys want to see something?
I'm going to guess that she's Italian. I don't know.
That's fair enough.
It's a wild guess on my part.
If not, she's rocking the Italian name anyway.
Yeah.
So, I want to get us set up in the cathedral for a quick sunrise gratitude session. But I want to show you something that Blue just sent me. We're talking about maybe trying to sell this on one of the Ethereum based NFT things that where like NFTs are selling for like 1,000 ETH, which is like $2 million. And what he's built is actually better than a lot of them. So I'm gonna share that with you guys, and it's about a 4-minute long video. You'll recognize the song, but watch the video because there's some like crazy stuff going on in it. I'm gonna use that time to share this out a bunch more places, and then we'll get to the work of gratitude and touring all of the amazing builds that all of you crazy motherfuckers are making because it's real good. BRB.
Gratitude rising up from the ground. A gratitude rising up from the ground. A gratitude rising up from the ground. A gratitude rising up from the ground. So light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. So light it up.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Every once in a while, things just break, and that just broke.
Wow, that was crazy.
That was crazy. Then it just came back. That's weird. You shush. Anyway, so it just kind of moves and is cool. He's experimenting with all sorts of that sort of music reactive video stuff, which I like a lot. Anyway, let's get in game.
Yeah. We gonna do some gratitudes?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you remember, you were there the weekend my daughter Casey was proposed to by her then boyfriend Nick, her fiance Nick. Remember Nick, right?
Yeah.
The other night I messaged Casey about what was going on with me right now, and she was like, "Dad said he said some making money in Minecraft, some wax NFTs, I don't know." And Nick immediately messaged me, "You're into NFTs? Are you buying the ones from Wax?" And like he was super
really he already
excited.
knew. Oh, dude. Yeah. See, they need to tell me when they start a line because I know some people that like buying Wax NFTs.
Nice. No, I just mean that like
You
she didn't
seen
know
this?
any. She didn't know what. Yeah, this is. Well, no, but this is what Jennifer built the other day. She wanted a dock down here so people can have an easier time of getting across the water to the cathedral.
Ooh, this is great.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
yeah, I agree, Rains. On the birds in the top corner of that piece of digital art was pretty amazing. The moving flock of birds.
Yeah,
was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I told somebody today that I felt like I'd like basically made about 98% of this place, and I kind of don't feel like that's true anymore. So like, that's what I get for waiting a day to say something.
I like the idea that there are still some of us who are invested in this space that come and do little things.
Me too. Well, and honestly, like this building needs a lot of work. It looks like a ruin, which is kind of interesting. But like the outside is uneven and like it needs love. It's still, that's on my list of things to do. But if anyone wants to come in and help me, we can arrange that. Anyway, so legit, I am really, really grateful for M Blue because of him setting up Uplift Art and inviting me to come make music with him. I've made my first decent chunk of any money playing music or doing any kind of music in 2 years, because doing gigs has been a little problematic since we moved to Miami and then COVID, obviously.
A little problematic.
Yeah, a little problematic, as in nil. But he's now enabling my extended family and friends to make money in NFT art. Creating things in the Uplift and having them be part of artistic drops from Uplift Art, which again is raising. We're going to raise well over $500,000 this year for the school. Like I think that number is going to get scary, fucking amazing. And because of him, we're going to be handing out some decent sized chunks of wax to some really, really special people. The whole win-win-win economy that he rants about all the time, that's kind of becoming more true for more people all the time because he's ranting about it all the time. I'm fucking grateful for that dude in a big way.
I've heard him say that, but this week has shown me what he means. Like this last week in his activity in the Uplift world and the Uplift Art fundraising thing we did. Now I see what he means. We're creating value for people. We're able to pay artists for their work, and no one's being taken advantage of. Right? Nobody's being capitalistically disadvantaged by this kind of economy. Right. There's no resource that's being exploited. There's no environment that's being damaged. That's pretty freaking amazing. That's pretty amazing.
I agree.
Yeah, Ginny said, Ginny, grateful for her oncologist. Let's make sure we get that one up there.
On it. I could spell. Did I get that right? Sure.
Yep.
How do you spell Ginny?
Ginny.
Okay.
Yep.
Done. How about you?
I'm grateful for Lisa Chandler. She's opened my eyes to a whole realm of this NFT crypto thing that I didn't understand, and is facilitating a pretty amazing opportunity for me. So I'm super grateful for Lisa. And I'm not just saying that because she was here. I was going to say that before she dropped into the comments. Just making sure everybody knows that.
Taking a screenshot of this. Anyone else have any gratitudes they want me to throw up?
Sue Gentry, grateful for friends taking care of their health. Oh, she's got a second one. We're going to have to do them both, though, because.
Okay. Suji.
Okay, and her second one is grateful that Fox's birthday is here. Do you know who Fox is, Corey?
No.
Coffee Baby. What? Today's the day. Coffee Baby is today. Jareen's in the hospital having Coffee Baby. Fox, actual name Fox.
Actual name.
There you go.
Yay.
Yeah. That's cool stuff.
Yay! All right, hold on here. I'm gonna screenshot this. And I love that CryptoPick, the leaders of CryptoPick are on here. One of the biggest devs in the entire EOS space, CC32D9, is here. The CEO of Cypherglass, one of the largest block producers, Adriana, is here. And all my friends and family, Ginny and Sue, and obviously you, and I like this shot right here.
Yeah, there's one more from somebody I don't know that's joined us for gratitudes before Rain's on.
Yep, I got that one.
Okay, all right, good. Yeah, welcome. Nice to see new faces. Well, new digital faces. Is your screen camera messing up, or is it just for me? It looks like you have like a weird bar.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know. I've seen that. It's happening on my end too.
Maybe you need a new computer.
Fuck you. Dick.
I know.
But I am here for it.
It is known.
I am so here. It is, yeah, it is known. All right, guys. Yeah. Today has been a really explosive day. They kind of all are these days. And so I asked Greg if we could do the little sunrise thing, and he said yes. So we're gonna do. For anyone, if somehow you haven't seen us do this before, the moon is setting behind us. Moon's getting real low. The Hulk. Anyway, and then the sun comes up over here, and as it does, we take a moment of silence. Starting now. I was telling the community cluster Telegram about the fact that I sometimes kind of steal away during the day because it's like wall to wall, right? Like I get up at 4:35 and I'm basically just motoring, talking to people, talking to new, community cluster people, doing dev work stuff until I pass out. That's like every day. But I get to steal away and come here for like a little sunrise whenever I want. And it's usually, like almost every day that I just kind of come here by myself and do this. And in describing it to the community cluster Telegram, I realized that every single time I do it, it's kind of getting more effective over time. There's more gratitudes in here. There's more memories in here. Every Sunday coming together with all of my friends and family and stuff. And it like, yeah, I'm feeling it hardcore today. And of course, Greg and I were talking about some stuff that I'm insanely grateful for that we can't really get into just yet. But like, goddamn, dude. So,
well, you kind of petered out there. You mind if I cut in?
Yeah, no, please do. No, that was kind of the end. I was like, I'm dumbfounded, frankly. Like, just like, oh, afternoon, Greg's gonna come do the little gratitude thing to kind of like just take a moment, to breathe and to reflect. But like the breathing and the reflecting becomes like, oh fucking A, like it's kind of hits you or hits me, and it's all good. But it's like, what's the time? 12:16. I didn't
We have a thing for those who are sort of new to this that we log what time we start crying on the internet because it happens to me more. It used to happen a lot more often. And now you're kind of catching up with me.
It's getting there, man. It's getting there.
So one of the things I want to make sure to say is that I will never let anybody forget how hard Corey has worked to get us to where we are today. And while it's true that that we co-founded the server, we had the idea. No one has worked harder at this than Corey, and I that's the thing I will always say whenever anybody asks me about this project, how it started, how we got here, what happens next. Corey's work rate is overwhelming to me, and sometimes to him.
It's only a matter of time. I was like, I gotta push hard until the beta, and then I'm probably just gonna fall asleep for a month.
Right? Yeah, go on a nice little boat ride for a month. That'd be a thing.
Right.
But so as far as the subject of our show today goes, the funniest thing, like we have an origin story around the old cathedral. Can we travel over there? Let's go. Because I'm beginning to feel like that's like a museum of ancient history over there. We're never there anymore. How are we getting there from here today?
I'm just gonna fly. It's not that far.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember.
I could teleport you over there when you want, if you want to keep talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep kind of flying, and we'll get there. Let me see.
You know what I like most, and like the recognition is nice. What's better is that there was a time when you guys didn't understand what I was doing, and that time is kind of over.
It's true,
right? Like and I mean, I think sharing some of the land sales from Decentraland and different things are like, wait a minute, is that possible? I don't think you guys really believe yet that that's possible here. You will, because it's going to happen, right? But like generally speaking, the idea that we can turn this into a place of immense value that other people are very interested in being a part of,
right?
I think that's sort of, it's fun. It's been fun watching that realization take hold.
And honestly, I cannot wait to tell the OG about what's happening today. It's just too cool. It's just too cool. All right, so we talk once in a while about starting this world, and I think I'm going to beat you there. How's that? Because I'm flying at high speed. That's fine.
Yeah, and I'm like I always like take the land.
I always forget about Alex's giant tree. His giant tree house. Yeah, he hasn't been in here in a while. And like I said, I walked around the other day around the old cathedral and the mines under it, and my failed attempt at an automated rail system, and some of the cool stuff that we built, like the studio and Bob's little house out there next to the island. And you will notice that this was really close to the original spawn point of the game. When we started the game, this was pretty much where we all arrived in the game for the first time. And Corey and I, we had a spiteful, sarcastic, shitty idea. And we were gung-ho about it. We were
very excited about it. It's true.
And then the third person, I guess, that came into the server would have been Donna Van Meter. We call her Laugh Track. She's my roommate. You hear her yelling "Chicken Ka" in the background sometimes on our show. But there she goes. But the fourth person in the game was Bob Benson. And Bob put a sign on the beach when we weren't here. We walked back and we put a sign on the beach, and the sign said, "I'm grateful for this place." That was it. And from that, this whole cathedral around you got built. Corey began building it. I helped a little. We didn't know how to use the creative process tools, so we fell off stuff a whole lot. Corey didn't know about scaffolding, so he built things out of dirt blocks to get high up to build this.
I died so many times.
So, like, this was the very first thing of scale that we built in the Minecraft world. But I'm telling you that to tell you this, that out behind this cathedral, there's a village. And it's when a world spawns, these villages are populated with non-player characters called villagers. Now, I had been away from Minecraft for a while, and in the old days, villagers were just there. They didn't do anything. You couldn't really interact with them. They were just like anything else in the game. They were just walking around. But prior to us coming back and building this world, Minecraft changed how villagers operate, and they are actually interactive NPCs now. You can trade with them. Like emeralds is what they want, and so a villager farmer, for instance, will give you wheat or potatoes or carrots or whatever for emeralds. A fisherman farmer will you see how this works, right? There's sort of you can get weapons from the weaponsmith. You can get books from the librarian. So you can you can train these villagers to give you better value trades. And I didn't know about that mechanic yet. Well, we had the world set for survival mode with mobs enabled. And within the first week, all of our villagers were killed off. They all disappeared from the village, and they don't naturally respawn. So we had no way to repopulate this amazing little village until I learned about the idea that you can go to a village and you can bump a villager until they get in a rail car or a boat, and you can. That's a skeleton horse.
Oh, you're gonna have to tell me about those after. But go on about your enslavement ring.
So I was the person that was exploring the map the most. It's cute how small the area that I'd managed to explore is now.
It is.
But I mean, really exploring then you could get killed. You had to carry a bed with you and dig a cave every night or mobs would kill you. So I explored far enough that I found a village. I had to cross an ocean, go to a desert country, and kidnap 2 villagers in boats and bring them back to our village. And we had to build a wall around it so they wouldn't escape or die. So we invented slavery in the Uplift world is what happened.
I prefer encouraged emigration.
But forced friends, as Ginny said.
Forced friends.
So our forced friends began to breed because we fed them, because we're not, inhumane. And they created more villagers. So now that village, Donna did the lion's share of the work in training up those villagers to be good trades. So if you're ever in the old village by the original cathedral, trading with the villagers has good returns because Donna worked really hard to make that happen. So that all happened because our friend Lisa Chandler from Crown and Crownlandia, which is a project I'm involved in, she didn't know any of the details about these NPCs. She thought we were going to be enslaving them to build stuff. And I was like, no. We're going to be enslaving them to trade with them. It's not what you think it is at all. So anyway, that's
really like enslaving or like relocating.
Right. I mean, we moved them from a desert to a lush green landscape with walls and lights. And, we gave them clothes. Come on. I mean,
they have a better life now.
What is that? What is all that you're flying by?
Remember that the square, like I wanted to see what 500 looked like on the map.
Okay.
And so this is the border of it. And this 500, I'm actually, I'm giving it to as part of the Uplift art plot, and I'm building what's going to be known as the Blue Room out here.
Oh, this is your Louvre-like project.
The Louvre 2.0.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's going to look really awesome. And I'm going to have, hello.
That's beautiful.
I'm going to have pyramids outlining it too. There's going to be 4 of them.
Nice. I just never get tired of recounting the time I accidentally invented slavery in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And it was so weird because I put them in a stone building. I got them there by boat. I'm sure their families back in their origin village. What happened to Bob? Where'd Bob go? Sorry, Bob. Gonna have to make reparations to Bob's family.
Sorry, Bob. Yeah, so I got to come out and work on this. We're actually going to use the Blue Room as one of the first fractionalized pieces, where you're going to be able to own a little piece of it, right? And that'll be like a revenue generating piece for the people that own it. We've got some really interesting tech to basically look at it as an image, and you can buy pixels of it on an image, but that'll actually give you shares of the dividends for it as a revenue generating piece of property. And of course, it's designed so that people will come and visit it, which of course is going to kick out wax rewards and stuff. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
You should see all the mobs on my plot now.
I guess we could go there. Do you know what are the coordinates?
Try minus 8376.
Minus 8376
by 4072, but give yourself some altitude, like 80 feet
I got some. What is it? 4072?
Yeah, that'll get you close.
Very close.
Yeah, so that's the fort, and if you're there for a couple of minutes, mobs will start spawning.
There's one right there.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
Yep, little skeleton. So over the village, I actually have lit up the village completely now, so it's pretty safe.
Oh, they're so scary!
Look at them all.
Tons of them.
I know. And in the tunnels, like the train tunnel that goes under the water, and the shipwreck museum. So I'm gonna be shooting a video of me slaughtering all the mobs and show everybody what you get. Like I'm going to show an empty chest and then what I get for.
I kind of want to go into survival mode and then just stand somewhere where they're going to like blow shit up.
No, please don't do that.
Oh, Well, see, look at all those explosive. Like
So you stand up on the parapets with a bow and arrow and you kill them all. Problem solved.
Wow. Okay. I mean, you do you, boo.
I will.
I know. So, and Anders asked about this. So you're going to be able to add mobs to your plot if you want to. It will come with a cost, probably somewhere between $10 and $20 worth of wax. But 50, anytime we make deals like that, like where it's basically, and it's time, right? So we want to make sure whoever's running that on our end, is paid for basically doing that, right? So, they get $10 for doing it. But half of it goes to the rewards pool. So anytime we charge any money for sort of, upgrades on your plots, it's really, a little bit to pay for the time, for whoever's doing it. And then, increasing the amount of wax that's in the pool that, everybody is earning through in-game, rewards and shit like that. So,
yeah, Sue's asking who explodes. It's the green guys, not the zombies, but the other green ones. They're called creepers. They make absolutely no noise until they're standing right next to you and they go, they hiss and then they explode.
There's so many of them.
The trick to killing them is you run up, you hit them with your sword and then run away, then run up and hit them again. When you hit them the third time, usually they die depending on the strength of your weapon, or you just shoot them with a bow and arrow from a distance. But what they drop is gunpowder, which you can use to make blocks of TNT for mining, which you can use to make fireworks. So this is why I want them in my world. And it's not a matter of just running around and killing them and scooping the stuff up. I can actually build a farm that makes them. And when they fall and die, the stuff gets collected in chests. So you can just stand there and automatically collect string, gunpowder, slime cubes, trying to think of what else, bone meal, any weapons or tools that they drop. Yeah, I kind of lit the village up.
A lot.
Yeah, well, guess why?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and you put walls up. So, yeah, you've basically made this bad guy proof.
See, I care about my villagers.
Aw, see, he cares about his villagers that he stole from foreign lands.
No, these were here. This is like, we didn't have to do this. I learned some lessons, the lessons of our dreadful past. And, yeah, so that's the village that sits on my plot. And what I'll be doing, though, is I will be increasing the number of villagers, training them for jobs, trading with them to get them maxed out, so I get really good stuff whenever I give them emeralds. That's a thing that's going to happen. Oh, there's a few mobs, but not enough that it's not overwhelming when the sun comes up. They'll all die when the sun hits them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, where else do you want to go?
I don't know. You should travel over the underwater tunnel. Just you could. It's all full of mobs. Like
the tunnel's full of mobs.
Yeah,
that's terrifying.
Because they didn't light it up real well.
Okay, I do. Just to let you guys know, I have a hard out about 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
To 1, just because I have a play date with Leon, and actually I got to figure out where I was gonna give.
Yesterday it was full of them. You could see them down in there yesterday.
Is that a bad guy?
No,
maybe that might be a fish.
Yeah, it's hard to see on yours. You don't have your gamma turned up very. There's one in the tunnel. You don't have your gamma turned up very bright. There you go. Look at them all in there. Yeah. So we're gonna go on a monster hunt, and I'm gonna film it.
You could do.
And I'm not telling anybody what music I'm gonna put it to, but it's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, dude, I remember. Yep, that's good stuff. Good stuff.
That's my house. I'm building a house there. I haven't.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen this one before.
Yep, that's my house on the water.
Surrounded by the big bads.
Yep.
These guys are terrifying.
Nah. Easy peasy. Bow and arrow, problem solved.
All right.
Done it a million times.
All right.
And I'm so with Anders. Anders and I are team mob.
Team purists.
Yeah. Good stuff. That was when I originally started marking this out. I thought that's where the corner of my plot was, but it's not. So it's much bigger than I thought it was.
Is it?
Anyway, you got it hard out. We might as well wrap this up. But suffice to say, there's cool, good news coming for those who have been participating in the server for a long time in the next few days. Really cool, good news. And everybody's going to go, oh.
What are they going to do?
They're going to go, oh. You're gonna get it. And I want more people to understand how special this is. And again, I'm never going to stop talking about how hard Corey has worked to make this a real thing. I build pretty stuff. It's true. But the hard work of engaging the communities that are in this world now, that's all on Corey. And I'm happy to show anybody how I do anything in Minecraft, not holding any information just for me. That looks really cool all lit up like that, doesn't it?
Really cool. I'm actually coming over to say a little screenshot right now.
This is how you village.
Hey, yeah, the walls and everything. It looks real cool. Real cool. We should almost get like a bunch of sea lanterns on the top of the walls.
No.
That never gets old.
Man, I can't wait till the sea lantern economy destroys Corey's Minecraft fun.
Yeah.
You just run around putting sea lanterns wherever you feel like it. Thump, 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 thump.
Yeah, you know the whole like what's his face from Ready Player One? The guy who built it, he would have just kept sea lanterns and given them out all the time because that was the crazy motherfucker that he was. And you know, God mode is God mode. Just because we're gonna make a perfectly functioning economy doesn't mean.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's like
there's another big ravine closer to the fort too, like a really deep one that goes under the water even. So that's pretty cool. I got a pretty good plot. I picked a pretty good spot here, and I would sell this, by the way. I'm tempted to make an NFT and put this on the market when the land sale happens.
Well, I mean, it's going to be an NFT, so then that's
yeah. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to sell this plot because it's got some pretty cool improvements already.
Agreed. And again, to Greg's point, and Greg and I have actually talked about this a couple times now. Hello. I think that's going to be a thing. People coming in, making cool improvements, and literally flipping properties. Yeah. And then when you make some wax or what have you, you'll be able to turn around and buy another piece of property, keep the difference, and do it again. Basically, just you're going to be limited to the number of ideas that you have, and that's basically it.
Nice. I'm proud of that gate with the portcullis. It worked pretty good. It's a defensible gate. It's how the real ones were built, basically with firing ports into them and off to the sides. There's the powder storage room, the armory, and that's the water well. That's the when you're under siege, you have to have an internal water source.
That's cool. All right,
that's all it does for it.
Let's get out of here. Yeah, having a 20-minute reset sounds like a thing that would be really fun.
So massively cool stuff is happening in the Uplift world. I'm involved in a project with Crown. And Lisa is we're going to build Crownlandia in a real space right now. It's a 2-dimensional paper town, and it's sort of up to your imagination. And we're gonna build an actual town. We're going to build a floating sky island with a massive central park on it, and then the village down below the floating island is how this is going to go. That's it's going to be really cool. So I've got to get that plotted out. They picked their spot, and we're gonna get her going.
I almost want to see Blockbase what they did, getting their logo up in the sky like that, but then having the rest of it made of glass.
Right.
Obviously, like, if you go to Canlandia, looks real good from space. It looks like a demon has taken over the sky from the ground. Not so good. Still fun. I mean, it's Canlandia. There's no rules. But with what Blockbase did, like because it's mostly glass, right? There's still a hard ceiling. You can still see it as kind of an interesting gray outline for the block base that I think they built by hand. Like they didn't do that with a template; they just built it. And Gary's scary good at this. Yeah. But yeah, so we're learning new ways to make cool shit all the time.
Don't forget, we have to have a conversation about the API question because I don't understand the question and I don't want to ask it until I understand it.
Yeah, mostly it's just like, hey, this Prometheus plugin, how make work?
Okay.
Yeah, because it basically it's designed to be read from outside, and so we just need to show Gary how to do that. Because the stats thing that he's going to build is going to be next level.
Beautiful, I love it. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining us. This is the Minecraft edition of Coffee, which is the thing that we do now on Tuesdays. We'll be back on Friday with a full show recapping the week's news if either of us manages to keep up with it. Thursday, 7 Minutes of Terror. The new Mars rover is landed. We should, if we could find the time, we should try and live stream it.
1,000,000%.
It's
Let's try and do it.
remarkable.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll go a half hour before the projected atmospheric entry time and see if we can follow along.
Show all the trailer videos for all the Mars landings.
Yes, yes, I like that idea. And maybe we'll find some video of I'd like to find some Buzz Aldrin video of him being super excited about Get Your Ass to Mars. He's the greatest cheerleader ever. I can't believe he's still alive. It's amazing. So we'll probably do a special on Thursday, regular show on Friday. Corey is doing a ton of stuff on the Uplifters channel. Is that what it's called? The Uplifters?
Yeah, we're actually there right now.
Okay, so Corey's doing a ton of stuff on this channel.
Yeah, well, I did something really dumb too, because I should have gone. I usually go the Uplifters YouTube and our So Local Facebook page, but
Right.
I'm so flummoxed that I did my Twitter instead, which is dumb. But like for future reference, when we do the show, I want to make sure we hit it to Facebook too. And I mean, most of the people that I would want here, like Sue and Ginny and stuff, made it here anyway. But just so I don't forget, because that should go to Facebook.
Right on. So that's what's coming up. And of course, every Sunday morning, we now do the Church of Reason gratitude service. It was Carl Sagan Day this last Sunday, and that I cried on the internet because that's a thing. And we want you to come join us for that in the live stream, and you can tell us what you're grateful for in the comments. We'll put it up in the cathedral like you just saw us do at the beginning of the show. We are filling up that first row of monuments. We're halfway around that massive circle at this point. And then we're going to build another row and another row and another row. And we will have space for hundreds of years of gratitude. And when it's full, guess we'll go just build another cathedral.
I'll tell you right now, we're not going to last a year.
I know.
Yeah.
And
then, that will obviously just be coded. We could maybe sell. I mean, this is the thing, right? Like, this is where we do like $10 a piece if you want to get, a cathedral, but it's going to be in the basement. So we build a maze in the basement that's like a catacomb of gratitudes.
Nice.
Just like, wall and, anyway, so I just had that idea now, but that's a way for us to basically say, okay, well, I mean, we're going to have Cathedral 3.0 somewhere. We'll figure out where it's going to be. And you'll be able to get out to it. But if you want to do it in the OG one, we can do that with 1.0 too.
Yeah,
we leave the monuments above ground as they are. They're historical monuments. But underneath, you can pay $10 to the DAO that runs it. Lisa and I were talking about that, or DAC that runs. I can't remember which one. I think it was DAO, whichever one it was, or community. I don't know. Anyway, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, remember that part where you had a heart out and you had to leave?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we love you very much. Thanks. This is the most fun thing I do in my week, so I'm really grateful for Corey's time to come do this to you guys. I'm gonna be talking more about Crownlandia as the weeks go by. Probably gonna do some photo and video blogging, and once my spanking new PC gets here, so look for that. To show you what it looks like when you try to build a community plot from the ground up. Literally,
you should commit. And I know, like, the last thing you need is like another 18 gazillion things to do, but commit to a half-hour show weekly.
That's we're absolutely doing that. We're
do it
doing that.
And you're more than welcome to do it from the Uplifters channel.
Beautiful.
That way, that it just and honestly, you could do it. You could obviously use the StreamYard to do it. You can punch to a specific one if you want to keep a record of the Crownlandia thing on a Crown, piece of property or whatever. But it just means that I think a lot of people are going to be really interested in that. It'll be a great kind of demo for other communities too.
Yeah, and I'm going to become the U.S. Homes Development Corporation of the Uplift. That's my plan.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. All right. Well, goodbye.
And Sasquatch is real.